People often say life is a journey and you should just enjoy the ride. But wandering without a destination is merely meandering. If you let the currents of daily life take over, you don't travel, you drift. In psychology, there is a specific phenomenon that explains why wandering minds often crash into the exact problems they are trying to avoid. It is called target fixation. You can see it clearly in Olympic skeleton racing. Athletes hurtle headfirst down a frozen track on a small sled with absolutely no steering mechanism. To navigate the ice at high speeds, they rely entirely on their line of sight. They literally go where they look. The exact same rule applies to mountain biking. If you lock your eyes on a jagged rock or a steep cliff, your brain targets that threat. By staring directly at the obstacle you fear, your hands follow your gaze, and you steer your bike directly into it. To survive the chaos of life, you cannot simply try to dodge obstacles. Navigating the terrain requires looking past the immediate threats to the two coordinates that define your course, exactly where you are starting from and exactly where you want to land. Your starting coordinate, point A, is defined by the dual nature of human existence. Every day you are pulled between a carnal self driven by impulse and a higher, divine identity that seeks something more stable. Building conviction. This divine identity is a literal reality. You are a first-generation spirit child of God. There is no endless evolutionary chain of primordial ancestors between you and your heavenly parents. You are their direct offspring, endowed with their potential. Then there is point B, the destination. Most people aim for happiness, but happiness is often just a reaction to comfortable circumstances. It can be found on easy paths, but it vanishes when the path turns steep. The actual destination is joy. Joy is an enduring fruit of the Spirit, forged through trials and the heavy lifting of a meaningful life. The ultimate goal is to cross the bridge over life's chaos, to reunite completely with God. Establishing these 2 points simplifies the journey. If you accept who you are and where you are headed, your daily choices stop being a series of guesses. You are simply aligning your current self with your ultimate potential. But every route comes with a cost. Because you can only do one thing at a time, every choice you make is a trade-off. Choosing one path means you are sacrificing the potential gains of all the other alternatives you left behind. To achieve 28 Olympic medals, Michael Phelps trained in the water several hours a day, 365 days a year. Mastery of that scale requires a narrow focus, which means sacrificing almost every other pursuit to maximize a single outcome. Curious, this raises a question for our own lives. Is there a single choice that provides a maximum return without forcing us to sacrifice our other responsibilities? That choice is the constant companionship of God's Spirit. Unlike a sport that requires you to step away from your family or your job, seeking the Spirit happens while you do everything else. It provides the clarity to work better, the patience to parent more effectively, and the wisdom to solve problems that previously felt insurmountable. This focus functions as a multiplier. By prioritizing the single spiritual focus that enhances your capacity, you make every other exertion in your life more purposeful. We are often told that completing this journey successfully requires status, fame, or a high-ranking position. We feel that flying unnoticed under the radar means we aren't making progress, yet Christ lived an obscure earthly life. He held no title, possessed no property, and frequently asked those he healed to keep his miracles quiet. He was the greatest being to walk the earth, yet he sought no worldly recognition. True success requires you to step out of the comfortable anonymity of the crowd. This means rejecting a silent consensus of mediocrity and refusing to dim your light just to blend in with those around you. When you look back, you will see that your career and your public achievements were secondary. Your greatest life's work was the literal transformation of your own character, forged through thousands of small, daily choices to follow the light. This divine crucible is designed for one specific outcome: to transform a mortal being into someone with the character and endurance to stand forever.